I don't want to redo it. Life does not get better than this. I felt like an idiot. Girl. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. What do we think? Is she gonna make the right decision? Hi friends, and welcome to today's video. In this video, we are gonna be working on a crochet project, which is so fun because I honestly have not been crocheting a lot, but I did a small crochet project and then I just realized how much I miss crocheting. Plus, the top we're making in this video is one that I've been wanting to do for a while. Like, I genuinely bought the yarn before Joann's closed. Don't know why it took me so long to get to it, but guys, I'm crossing my fingers. I think we'll be able to make it pretty quick and it will be the top of the summer. So without further ado, let's get into this Crochet Diaries video. As always, if you're crafting with me or just hanging out, tell me what you're doing in the comments or whatever craft project you are currently working on. And if you want to stay live and up to date with all of my crafting and life updates, make sure to check out my other socials because I am much more up to date and active there. But other than that, let's get to the crochet project. All right, let me introduce this project to you for today. It's kind of a long story, so I hope you have your coffee and your crafting ready, but I saw this photo originally, like a long time ago. I had it saved. It was one of the top things on my list to craft for 2025. So it was one of the first things I crocheted, and this is how mine turned out. I made a lot of different videos on it, so I'll link it. And in those videos, I was getting a lot of comments like, can you write a pattern or explain how you did this? And I like kind of explained it in the video, but I think it was like a 12 or 24 hour crochet challenge video, so it wasn't really focused on the pattern. Plus, I didn't really know what I was doing at all. Honestly, it turned out pretty dang good. Like, this is a piece I actually wear. I don't love the colors. It looks like Cheshire Cat, which is just my own fault, but the piece itself I think turned out really cute. I did imagine the shape of it a little different. There's a couple things I'll get into that I want to do differently this time. The main thing is everyone was commenting, telling me, Melanie, you're an idiot. Okay, they weren't saying that. You guys were being really nice about it, but I felt like an idiot because I made this the most complicated way possible. I made it like, how did I make it? I think I started here. I don't remember. I think I started here and increased and then worked like in rounds for the body and made two sides, or I started from the bottom in rounds and then decreased up to this part, and then I did the sleeves separately. Honestly, it looks fine, but basically all along here, like the sleeves, I was connecting yarn to make the sleeves separately, and people were like, hello, it's obviously a raglan top, like why didn't you not do it raglan? Literally guys, it did not click until last night, and that's when I decided I have to do this again and document it better. In my head I was always like, oh, I can't do raglan, like if you do raglan it's too scoopy. The whole idea why I like this is because it's very like boxy, almost like baseball tee vibes, which was what I was going for. And I was like, no, it won't work. It's not the like look I'm going for. And then I was scrolling on Pinterest and I see this photo. I start seeing tops so much, like probably because I keep clicking on it, but I see this one and I look a little closer and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the dummy here. It's still raglan. You just have to do like a corner, if this makes sense. I will explain it, how I'm envisioning it in my head, because I think it's gonna work perfectly now. Long story short, we are gonna be remaking the perfect summer top. I still think this shape is like the summer top. I think it's so cute, this stripe, but I'm gonna do just like a couple things differently. I like don't even remember the like stitches I did here. I did like something kind of crazy and weird. I'm gonna make it a little more like my inspo picture, and I think it's gonna be a lot, one, easier for me, but also two, a lot easier for anyone trying to recreate this to follow, which is the goal, because I would love to make multiple of these, but honestly, after I made this one, it was a hot mess. I did not want to make another one. So sorry that this video took so long. You probably already learned how to make it on your own if you wanted to. That was my summary. So today we are getting started on this project and I am so excited and really hopeful for it. These are the yarns I'm using. I don't know if this is bad because they're different materials. This one is Lion Brand 24/7 cotton. I've used this before. I like it a lot. And then this one is Kobu and it's half cotton. Well, 51% cotton and then 49% rayon, which I actually like this more. It's a little softer. I'm working with what I have because Joann's is closed and I don't have room for more yarn, and I actually bought this yarn and cotton yarn in a navy color with this project in mind, but then I decided I wanted it to be like a lighter look, so I'm gonna use this instead. let's get going on this project. I'm nervous, but I think we have a lot of potential here. First things first, I want this top to be a little looser. So I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna use a slightly bigger needle, I think. Oh my gosh, slightly bigger hook. I'm gonna use this 4mm hook. Yeah, I think this will be fine. I'm gonna be starting off at the top. I'm gonna be starting with this white yarn and I'm gonna be doing a chain. And when I make my own patterns, I basically do it just by like trying stuff on a lot. So what I'm gonna do is in multiples of 4, I'm gonna make a chain that is long enough to fit around my head. And I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger than that just because when you crochet more, it will like shrink down a little bit. Let's see. Okay, this seems like it would be fine, but maybe a little tight. I think I'm gonna do 8 more stitches. Okay. This should be fine now. Okay. What I'm gonna do is make sure my chain is flat and I'm just gonna connect it with a slip stitch to the beginning of my chain. And now what I'm gonna do is chain 2 and then I'm gonna be doing 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip a space, 3 more double crochets all the way around. This is what it's looking like so far. You can see the little bunches of 3 double crochets starting to form, and I'm just gonna do this all the way around this chain. So I did 96 stitches for my neckline. I just finished doing my first round of 3 bunches of double crochets, and this is what it looks like. I have it laid out here, and I also added stitch markers in every corner. So right now I have 6 bunches of the 3 double crochets in between each of these, and it's even. The way I'm thinking of it is we're just gonna be making like a giant granny square just with the center cut out, and this is where your head's gonna go. I'm going to do 2 rows of white. So in between each of these 3 bunches, I'm gonna be putting 3 more double crochets, chain 1, and then 3 more double crochets in between each of these. I'm gonna be doing 2 rows of white and then change colors to 2 rows of blue, but then on the corners where these 4 stitch markers are, I'm gonna basically make a corner the way you would if you were making a granny square. So I'm gonna do all in the same hole. I'm gonna do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 more double crochets in that one hole to form that corner. Hopefully this will do what I want it to do and it will make some beautiful boxy sleeves. So let's make our second round of white and our first round of corners. I just finished my second round of white and this is what it's looking like. This is exactly what I was going for. So I'm now gonna switch over to my blue yarn and I'm gonna do 2 more rows of blue doing the same thing for the corners, and basically this is gonna be adding an increase so that when you wear it, can't really tell yet, but it's gonna fit something like this, and the sleeve will grow, and this part should build out, and the sleeve should build out also. So we're gonna keep on crocheting, and I'll continue to update you. I don't know how much of that music you can hear, but I'll try to talk quick. It's been a couple days since I've last updated you on this, but I've just been crocheting a little bit every night or so. I've definitely built quite a square. I always forget that when you do growing squares like this, it exponentially gets longer and longer each round. But I think we may be nearing a cutoff point. Essentially, it's gonna fold over like this, and these are gonna be like the straps, just like this. Which I think is such a fun way to be able to make it. I'm not quite sure if I should do one more row. Actually, I feel like maybe this should be done. Honestly, I probably could have made the neckline a little smaller, because this isn't looking very like baby tee. It's looking like boxy tank top, but maybe that's just how it's gonna be. It looks really silly like this. But I will say I love doing me a pattern like this because it works up so quick. And I've got to say, I've also just been having a ball crocheting. I think it's just gonna be like this. Like every time I crochet, I'll just like keep crocheting, and then I'll switch back to knitting, and then I'll just keep knitting and like remember how much I love knitting. And it's, how do you choose? How do you choose? I like doing both so much. It has been quite some time since I updated you on this top. I went camping and then I don't have a ton of time to crochet, but today we finally have made some time to work on this because we're at the next step, which is going to be separating it to start building the body. And that takes a little more brain power than what I was doing, which was just going in circles. This is what it's looking like. As you can see, it's basically a big granny square just with the center cut out, and that's cut out because that's where your head is gonna go. So let's try this on and figure out what the next steps are gonna be. So the way I envision this is literally, wait, what did I do? Putting the square over your head, and these are gonna be like the shoulders or the straps. And I think this is a good length. I don't want it any longer because I don't want it to actually cover my shoulders. I do think I could have made this rectangle part here a little smaller, but I was nervous about it not fitting over my head, which would be a much bigger problem. So as you can see, it's like even here, and the next step is gonna be to connect all of this, and then we're just gonna go in rounds for the body. But I need to figure out how to make the armholes. I hope you can envision this with me. I'm just gonna start building in the round in a body from here. So I'm gonna do white, but I'm also probably gonna add some stitches here for the arm. If I'm to measure visually, like 5 of these, I do things very freehand. I made a matcha to drink while I crochet. Life does not get better than this. Plan is to just fold this in half, right? This is the top shoulder part of the top. Where is my, so I'm gonna have to fold it based off of where I left my string off. I'm just gonna keep crocheting as usual, except when I get to this corner, I'm not gonna turn the corner. All right, so I just got to the corner, and what I'm gonna do is crochet enough stitches to make 5 of these little bunches. So each bunch is 3 stitches, and then I have 1 stitch in between. So that means I will have 20 stitches, I believe. So I have my 20 stitches, and this is gonna be the under part for the sleeve. You're gonna make sure this is not twisted, and then you're just going to keep crocheting the bunches of 3 double crochets all along the other side. Okay, so I connected it, and as you can see, this is gonna be our armhole. Just gonna keep crocheting across this side. So we made our way completely across here, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're going to chain 20 for the other underarm part. And then we're just going to attach on the other side. Make sure again that it's not twisted. Now that we've connected it to the other side, we're just going to finish off this round of white. All right. right, so now we have this funky thing. We're gonna try it on to make sure there's enough room for my arms. It's gonna be like the world's most cropped top right now. And this should be more than enough room for me. So we're just gonna get onto our next row, which is gonna be blue, and we're just gonna be working the body. So we're gonna be doing the exact same thing, just like in the round until it's as long as you want it to be. I'm excited to see this build. Finished doing one more round with the blue, so it's not just a single string anymore. This is how I added on the bunches of double crochets. I just skipped 3 chains, and then in the 4th chain I did a bunch of 3 double crochets, and after this it'll be pretty seamless for the rest of the top. So I still have another row of blue to do, but I wanted to try this on because I felt like the single chain wasn't the best representation of what the top will feel like. Plus, it never hurts to do an extra try on. It's funny because when I'm knitting, I hate trying stuff on so much. I don't have to take my needle off or anything for this, so it's so much easier to try on. This is what we're looking like. Oh, okay, here's the thing. I am torn because I definitely don't need this much room under here, but I do hate when it's restricted. I could definitely get rid of like, maybe like even half of this. But the other thing is that I do want this to be a more flowy top. I can't fully tell if it just looks weird right now because there's only these 2. But like if I keep building it out, is this whole thing gonna be huge? What do we think? Is she gonna make the right decision? Because basically, yeah, I might need to change this a little. Because this is 20 stitches, and maybe it should have been more like 10. Oh, I don't want to redo it. Guys, I'm feeling so lazy, but I think I need to redo it. It should be an easy fix though. And it will be a fix that's way worth it, because if I don't undo it now, I'm gonna be basically crocheting additional rows that don't need to be there to make it more flowy than I want it to be. I'm gonna frog just a little bit. It's been a couple days since I last filmed. I did redo the armpit part, so instead of 20 stitches, I did about 9. I've done a couple rows since then, but it is already feeling a lot better. There's still plenty of room for my arms, but it's not draping like it was. I think that if I left it, the top would have been way too wide for me, but I'm pretty happy with how it's looking now. And so all we're really doing is continuing to build down until it's as long as you want it to be. I'm thinking I'm probably just gonna go to like a little bit past my belly button for this. It's clearly very holey, so you have to wear something underneath it no matter what, or it can be kind of like a cover-up top. But because of that, I think the cropped fit would probably work the best with something like this. So you guys know the drill now. We're just gonna be working. Is it even called in the round if it's crocheting? Is that a knitting thing? We're just gonna be doing rounds and rounds and rounds of the same thing for the body. You guys know, I love me some mindless crocheting tasks. So hopefully this goes by pretty quickly. Crocheting while I edit. This is like kind of a bad habit I've picked up, but obviously I can't like crochet while I'm actually editing. But when I do my final run through where it's like mostly just watching the video and looking for, I don't know, anything last minute that I missed, I'll like knit while I watch it, because girl, my videos, I mean, you're watching it. My videos are like 30 minutes long, so I might as well be crocheting while I walk. I was crocheting and what the heck? I do 3 double crochets. Girl, and it's so far down, I don't want to redo it. I would have to undo literally, it's at the beginning of the blue row. I would have to undo the whole row and a half, which I just don't have it in me to do right now. And I feel like it's not noticeable, but this is me literally being lazy. So I don't know, this is gonna be the back anyways. This is how it's looking. It looks really good. I always forget that like the body builds so much slower because it's like the biggest part, but I am hopeful that I will be able to get a lot done today since it is Friday and I'm not at the office clearly. And I am planning on hopefully crocheting at the pool a little bit because it's so hot out. And if not, I want to crochet and watch the latest episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty. So either way, I will be crocheting and I hope to get a lot of this done. Today was just the coziest little crochet day. I crocheted at the pool. I crocheted while I watched The Summer I Turned Pretty. It has been a good day, guys, and I feel like I've gotten pretty far on this. Probably covering like to almost my ribs now. So I probably just need maybe like 1 or 2 more rows of color, depending on how long I decide for it to be. It's definitely not at like try on length yet, but we are getting there. It's getting kind of heavy, so I'm glad that I made it pretty wholly, because if I didn't, it would be really heavy. But I think it'll make for such a cute summer top, or like kind of more of a cover up. Oh my gosh, I'm like so giddy from that episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty. It was the Conrad episode. And the funny thing is, I read the books. I think I read them multiple times, and I don't even remember who I liked. I don't remember who she ended up with, but I feel like I'm watching the show with fresh eyes because of that. And oh my gosh, got everyone out here rooting for Conrad. Also guys, I wanted to show you my shirt. I think I actually filmed it. I got this in a thrifting video from a vintage store in Monterey. Liked it and I didn't pick it up for some reason, and then I went back like later that week to get it. It's like my crafter shirt. It's about stamps, but you know, I felt like it matched with my crocheting too. So the vibes are just good. The vibes are good. It's been a little bit since I've updated you, but we've clearly come a bit of a ways. I actually think this would be totally wearable right now. I only have a tiny bit of this blue yarn. I'm halfway through this stripe, so I think after I finish this stripe, I'll probably do a white stripe and then we might be done. But let's try it on. Guys, I have not been weaving the ends in as I've been going. Oh my gosh, wait, this is totally wearable right now. My belly button's down here. Low-key, I could totally wear this after I finish my blue stripe even. Wait, it's cute and it's not too stiff. I'm impressed. I think I would want it like a tiny bit longer. The way I'm imagining wearing this is like with a tank top underneath. Not this one, but kind of like this one. And so I would want it to look kind of natural with like a full length tank top. I'm actually so impressed. I feel like this would also look really cute if I did the same shape or pattern but use like a thinner thread or made it less holey. It would definitely take longer to make and it might be like a little stiffer, so I'm not mad about this one as like a cover up or anything. But I don't know, I feel like there's so many variations of this top you can make, or even making it in like a solid color or doing different stitches, but I really like the shape of it. Did I even finish what I was saying earlier? But I did not weave in any of the ends as I was going, so I think that's gonna be a pain, especially because it's all holey like this. But I'll just do that at the very end and have a good show on or something, and hopefully it'll go by quickly. Guys, can you see this? I have this many more stitches to make for this row, and I have this much more yarn. I'm like pretty sure it's not gonna be enough, but I'm really hoping it is. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to weave in more ends and use a new ball of yarn for like literally 1 inch. But at least I have enough yarn. I had 2 spools of each color, and it seems like I will have plenty of white. I'm leaning towards doing 1 more row of white after this, and then I'll try it on. I think that'll probably be enough to finish the top. And then we have ends galore to weave in. Guys, I finished this top and I'm in love with it. Not completely finished. I still need to weave in all the ends, but you can not even really tell right now. But guys, this turned out so much better than I thought it was going to. Not to say I was gonna doubt myself, but I love the colors, love the shape of it, and I'm really happy with like how, I guess, flowy it is. It doesn't feel like crazy heavy, and it's kind of like airy too because of all the holes. But I think it's kind of cool because right now I'm just wearing it over like a sports bra, and I was worried that it was gonna be really see-through, but I actually feel like I could totally get away with wearing this with like a bralette or something underneath. I feel like this looks pretty good. Another thing I realized is that it is like a really boxy top, right? Like it's like this, but you can even like kind of shrug it, like pull it off. I feel like it looks like a different top almost. I don't know. I'm just very impressed with this. Like I already want to make more, and I already said this, but I want to try making more in a less holey but like lighter thread, which would take a lot longer. But I just know I like this shape a lot. The only thing that I would change is I think I wouldn't mind if the collar was like a tiny bit smaller, if it was a little more like this, which I could even get this look just by like pulling it back. Because the way I made it, it's like a square. But I think if I made it a little bit more like a rectangle, if this is making sense, so that these parts are a little shorter, I think I might like that a little more. So that's the only alteration I will probably be making for the next one. I'm already saying the next one because I know there's going to be a next one, but I'm so impressed. So let's get to weaving in the ends, and then we'll have a finished top. I'm gonna like style it or something because right now I'm just in workout clothes because I'm gonna go to the gym. But I'm hoping I can weave in all the ends tonight. I totally forgot how long it takes, and this one actually has like a ton out there and flowing. So hopefully we'll be able to finish this tonight. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow. Hello, it has been a little bit since I actually finished my top, and I'm so excited about it. It's gonna look exactly the same as when I tried it on last, but just know I did in fact weave in all the ends. So it is wearable now, and I am so excited to style it. So let's try it on. All right, guys, this is the big reveal. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Right now I'm wearing like a pink bralette underneath this, but I might actually buy like an undershirt because I don't know. I would wear this out, but only to certain places. So I feel like I should buy a more full coverage undershirt for this. But either way, I think this looks really cute. I'm really happy with the shape and the color and just the fit. Hi Hi guys, it's future Melanie here. Ending off this video, I just wanted to thank you so much for watching and for crocheting with me. As always, please let me know if you end up making this project or one inspired by this, or if you just want to share what you were working on during this video, comment below and I would love to chat with you about our current crafting projects. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next crafting video. Bye guys.